Welcome back. In this video, I am going to replace the rear brakes on this R1250 GS. These videos are sponsored by the online part store at PacMoto Tours. Come check us out at pacmototours.com/store. You can support this channel in two ways. You can subscribe right down here, and you can buy your 6,000 and 12,000 mile maintenance kits for water-cooled R1200 and R1250 BMW motorcycles. As always, give us a like, drop us a comment, tell us what you think. We love your feedback. In this video, I will replace the rear brake pads on this 2021 R1250 GS Adventure. It's the exact same process for all of the liquid-cooled R1200s and R1250s. Same exact process for all those motorcycles. You can use either brake pads by EBC or Brembo. There's other manufacturers as well. I'll give you more details later on about the exact model number of these brake pads. You ready to get started? Let's jump in. The first step is to remove the mud flap from this GS. If you have an RT, obviously you don't need to do this. We'll remove these 3 T30 screws. I'll remove these 2 pins with a pair of needle nose pliers. And we can take out this connecting rod. There's the connecting rod. It's a little dirty, so we'll clean this up and lubricate it before we put it back in. I'll remove these 2 screws with a T40 Torx. First, I'll disconnect my sensor here. Get this brake pad out, and this brake pad out first. And lift out the caliper. This bike has about 34,000 miles on it. You can see the brake pads are actually still in fairly decent shape. I have a 6,000 mile trip coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and replace these now. I need to push back these calipers so I can fit the new brake pads in. So I'll take one of the old brake pads, place it in here, and use some channel locks. To press back the calipers. We'll take an old toothbrush and just clean out some of the dust and grime out of this. It looks pretty good. As I mentioned before, I use one of 2 options, either these Brembo brake pads. These are model number 07BB0365, or these EBC brakes FA209/2HH. Again, for 34,000 miles, not too bad on these brakes. You'll notice the brake pad that was on the outside has this little metal piece, so we will take this off and apply it to the new brake pad. So there it is on the new brake pad. If you can see this, I'm going to use a little bit of caliper grease. I got this at my local auto parts store. Now that we've cleaned up the caliper, I'm just going to slide it back into place. Not going to attach anything yet. I cleaned up that pin, used a little bit of the caliper grease, so my pin is ready to go. I'm going to slide the outside one in first into place like this, and then I'll secure the pin. Before I do that, I want to put just a little bit of caliper grease in this area here to prevent some squeaking. So let's do that. We don't want to get this on the brake pad itself. So it's got some caliper grease on it. We'll slide this into place. And from the back side, I will put the pin in just enough to hold that outer caliper in. And I just stuck that pin in just enough to hold that outer that outer brake pad. We'll take this inner brake pad and slide it in as well. Before I do that, I'm going to put a little bit of caliper grease on here. All right. Slide that into place and push my pin all the way through. Now I have these two little pins that need to be replaced. Super important, you don't want to forget these and have your brake pads fall out while you're riding, so let's make sure and get these back in. There's that one. There it is. Okay, can you see that? Let's replace these T40 screws that we took out. Clip back on our connector there. Let's torque these caliper bolts to 24 Newton meters. And we'll replace the mud flap. And we'll torque these to 8 Newton meters. Barely hand tight. Before you're done, don't forget to press the brake pedal down. Remember, you separated out the calipers, so we need to go, there we go. Make sure that the brakes are ready, otherwise you head out the driveway and you've got no rear brake. I think you'll agree that's pretty easy. Probably saved yourself a bunch of money by changing the brakes yourself. Hey, I have an idea.
Thank you for calling BMW. Press 1 for service.
Can you tell me how much it costs to do a rear brake pad replacement on a 2021 R1250 GSA?
All told, you usually sit right around $200.
Okay. Well, there you have it. A rear brake job is about $200. So you just saved yourself a whole ton of money. Congratulations. All right, thanks for watching. These videos are sponsored by the online part store at PacMotoTours.com/store. Remember to drop us a comment, give us a like. We'd love to hear from you, and subscribe right here. You can also support us by buying your 6,000 or 12,000 mile service kits for your liquid cooled R1200 or R1250 motorcycles. All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.